In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Let's start with the call of the docket. Court will be in session. I'm going to call 2017 Boone County case CR 2017-238, State of Arkansas versus Colby King. Mr. King, can you hear the court all right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. King, you're before the court this morning for arraignment on charges of possession of controlled substance, Schedule 1 or 2, methamphetamine or cocaine, charges of possession of controlled substance, Schedule 3, possession of controlled substance, 4 or 5, and obstructing governmental operations and driving on a suspended license. The latter 2 cases are misdemeanors. The former 3, one of them is a misdemeanor. 2 of them are A misdemeanors and one's a D felony. So, have you made any arrangements to be represented by an attorney?
Yes, I have.
Who's your attorney?
Martin Honeycutt, of Fort Smith. I talked to his assistant a couple days ago. I made a phone call, and he should be entering on my cases.
Let me see if he's entered an appearance. Has the state heard anything from Mr. Honeycutt?
We have not, Your Honor.
All right, well, Ms. Polly, it looks like we've entered two scheduling orders on this. One was entered in September when the case first appeared on the docket, and then we have the one that's up for today. All right. Mr. Honeycutt, I'll note on the record that Mr. Honeycutt will be entering an appearance on your behalf. On the charges that I read off, how do you now plead?
Not guilty.
I'm noting your plea of not guilty. This case is scheduled on this court's docket. I'm going to go with the first scheduling order that we entered. It sets your case for trial on during the week of March 12th of 2018. There's a pretrial date set of February 9th of 2018, and you're ordered to reappear on January 26th, 2018. The purpose of that hearing will be for you to come before the court to determine whether the case is processing through the system appropriately and headed for, that is, orders. Discovery has been complete and the case is moving along. We'll check that on January 26th, and then we'll have pretrial hearings on February 9th. Trial will be during the week of March 12th.
Your Honor, if Mr. Honeycutt doesn't make an appearance between now and November 3rd, could we have him reappear on November 3rd so we could finalize the attorney status? And if Mr. Honeycutt contacts us, makes an appearance, does an entry, we have discovery to give him, and Mr. King then wouldn't need to appear on November 3rd.
How is he going to know that?
Or he's going to be incarcerated. He's got charges more than one place.
All right. Yes, I'll put him on the list to reappear on. Mr. King, I'm ordering you to reappear on November 3rd for attorney status to make sure you have attorney in place. If, in fact, Mr. Honeycutt has entered the appearance, then it won't be necessary for you to appear on November 3rd. If you should make bond in any case, you need to be here first on November 3rd and then on January 26th of 2018.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You may be excused. 2017-289. This is case 2017-289, the State of Arkansas versus Amanda Munday.
Judge, she's made an application.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Judge, she's made an application that would enter a plea, waive a formal reading of the information, enter a plea of not guilty.
This is a Division III case. Will Dan be representing her?
Yeah,
Let me just
unless
check.
for some reason he has a conflict, but I don't.
Does Dan represent her on her Newton County cases?
I was
Depends on
going to
what
check
division
it.
they're in.
The charge is battery in the second degree, a Class D felony, and this case, I'm ending her a plea of not guilty on your behalf, reflecting the public defender represents you. Ms. Munday, the case, you'll be ordered to reappear in front of Judge Putman on 10/27 on October 27th to get on the Judge Putman's scheduling order. Any other matters to take up today?
I'm by the fence, Your Honor.
All right, you may be excused.
Can I get my bond reduced?
Judge states post, she already has numerous pending charges in Newton County, and this is a felony battery charge.
She also has a revocation out of Newton County, Your Honor. And she was given a bond and said she was going to go to treatment, and then left treatment and incurred new charges.
What is the bond that's been set?
I show $150,000,
Cash only.
cash only.
Well, given what was stated earlier about her going to treatment and leaving treatment without completing it, and
I did complete my treatment. I have a certificate.
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand you.
I did complete my treatment. As I graduated.
Mr. Brown, do you know what she's talking about?
No, Your Honor, not really. I just know that she was given leave by the court to go to treatment, and then while she was to notify us or notify probation parole if she left treatment, there was never any notification. And the only way we found out that she wasn't in treatment, and I don't know, I don't want to lie to the court, I don't know, she may have graduated. It seemed a very short amount of time that she did, but the only way we found out that she wasn't in treatment any longer was that she was arrested again. So that's what I'm basing that on.
Right. What does someone have her Newton County case numbers? I could look up some of this.
Let's see. I've got at least one of them here. 2016-10.
In 2016-67, Your Honor.
Let me write them both down. And what was it? What was the one you stated, Mr. Brown?
2016-67.
Okay.
Judge, I do have some good news for Ms. Monday. At her 8.1, Judge Kirkpatrick, who has set the original bond, decided to lower her bond to $50,000, $5,000 cash, $45,000 cash or surety. So he cut it by 2/3.
All right, thank you. Appears we've been trying to get this. Okay, did we get a plea on this, or did it go to jury trial? There it is. Oh, they don't have it scanned in, so I can't look it up. Okay, never mind.
Oh, Judge, I have more information. Ms. Monday was apparently also served with a warrant of arrest out of Newton County District Court for failure to appear on 5 charges and failure to make time payments on 4 charges.
The reason I got that warrant was because I was in rehab.
Where were you in rehab?
At Decision Point in Bentonville, Arkansas.
Okay. How long did you spend there?
40 days.
Okay. Well, it's a little hard from the records that are in this, that have been scanned in, which are sort of minimal, to get the full picture of what's going on here. Court's going to find that the bond set by the district judge, the 8.1 hearing is appropriate bond, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay,
She can
have a great day.
You may be excused. $50,000, $5,000 cash.
My name is Deborah. I work at Dental Creations on the Square in Harrison. Not only do I work at the front desk, but I'm also a dental assistant. So I'm seeing you from the beginning, throughout the whole process, and even at the end of the process. We're happy to help in any way we possibly can, and I think that sets us apart from most offices. We don't just hustle you through here just to make a dollar. We're here for you, and we want to do the best we can for you.
Dental Creations on the Square in Harrison, next to the Big Red Boot.
Sam Alexander Pharmacy has expanded and is now offering many additional products and services. Their new pharmaceutical compounding area allows them to create products to fit the unique needs of a customer. They also have added Spinco orthotic shoes and sandals, Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes, baby gifts by Aiden and Anais, and toys by Melissa and Doug. Stop in today and let them help you with any of your specialty pharmaceutical needs. Sam Alexander Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy in Harrison.
Call 2017-288, State of Arkansas versus Carl Plumley. Good morning, Mr. Plumley. Can you hear the court?
Your Honor, Carl Plumley's deaf. He can't hardly hear anything.
I understand that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to direct that he'll be brought over for the afternoon session, and we'll arraign him here in court where we have the equipment to address his hearing deficit. So he'll be brought over for the afternoon session. Mr. Plumley may be excused. 2017-278, State of Arkansas versus Adam Ramsey. Mr. Ramsey, you're appearing at this time for arraignment on charges of filing a false report with law enforcement. Have you made arrangements to be represented by an attorney?
No, sir.
Okay. Your court will explain to you, you have, it is one of your fundamental constitutional rights that you have a right to an attorney anytime you're taken into custody. You exercise that right by hiring the attorney of your choice. However, if you discover in the process of trying to hire an attorney, you can't afford an attorney, the court will appoint an attorney for you. The way you obtain appointed counsel is you fill out an application for the public defender's office. Those applications are there at the jail. There's some of them at the jail, and if you'll ask a jailer and get that form and fill it out, then that'll start the process to get an attorney appointed for you. And so if you're hiring an attorney, the court doesn't get involved in that because it's a matter of private contract between you and the attorney you choose to hire. But if you're seeking appointed counsel, you fill that out. That form will get to the public defender's office, and they'll make sure it gets in front of a judge who will make the appointment. So that's how you get an attorney in this circumstance. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm advising you that, as I did earlier, that you're charged with filing a false report with law enforcement. It's a Class D felony. On that charge, how do you now plead?
Not guilty.
I'm making a note of your plea of not guilty. Your case is on the Division 4 docket of this court. This court is setting it by scheduling order. It'll be set down for trial during the week of May 7th of 2018. There'll be a plea deadline of May 4th. Pretrial hearings will be set for March 23rd of 2018, and I'm setting it down for a review hearing on the February 23rd of 2018. I'm also going to set it down for November 3rd for you to reappear for purposes of checking your attorney status. Any other matters to come up at this point?
No, sir.
All right. You may be excused. 2017-114, State of Arkansas versus Leo Travis Newmeyer.
Judge, if we could have Mr. Newmeyer brought over this afternoon.
All right. I'm ordering that Mr. Newmeyer be transferred over for the afternoon session. He may be excused for now.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
You know, we should always remember to have a working smoke detector where we sleep. Let's go, let's go. Okay, we're all safe, we're all safe. In an emergency, you need a meeting place outside the whole family can meet so that you know everyone is safe.
2017-130, State of Arkansas versus Ian Whalen. Mr. Whalen's down for is down for the trial during the week of November 6th. Where do we stand on being ready for that trial?
Judge state's prepared.
Judge, if we could have him brought over.
All right. I'm going to direct that Mr. Whalen will be brought over for the afternoon session of court. You may be excused for now, sir.
Thank you.
Court will call 2014-86, State of Arkansas versus Larry Michael Berkeley.
Judge, in Mr. Berkeley's case, his prior attorney filed a number of pretrial motions that affect evidence or potentially affect evidence, so I'd ask that he be brought over and we could deal with those motions.
Mr. Gibson, are you aware of those motions?
I am. We can discuss them. I think potentially whittle them down without a hearing.
All right. Well, then I'll direct that Mr. Berkeley be brought over for the afternoon session. You may be excused for now, sir. 2017-170, State of Arkansas versus Bruce Greer. Mr. Greer is set for trial during the week of January 2nd of 2018. This is his pretrial date. Are there pretrial motions to be considered today?
None by the defense, Your Honor.
Any other matters to be addressed then today?
Mr. Greer, are you still in the ADC?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Judge, I'd ask to have him brought over and see if we can't dispose of this.
All right. I'm directing that Mr. Greer will be brought over for the afternoon session. You may be excused for now, sir.
Thank you.
2017-166, State of Arkansas versus Clarissa Lockhart.
Judge, Ms. Lockhart is set for trial the week of November 6th. She would be the third out case as it stands right now.
There's no issues to take up today, and I'll go out and visit with Ms. Lockhart next week to see if we can't come up with something. But as it sits right now, there's no issues to take up.
All right. Yes.
Yes.
I think that's when I continued it for when we couldn't get her fit in on the trial week in October. She was one of those, and I think I continued it specifically to November 6th.
Well, she's got two charges, a newer theft and property case, I think, at a later date than this robbery case.
So. All right. You may be excused.
Thank you.
2017-172, State of Arkansas versus Cody Chapman. Mr. Gibson, are you handling this case for the Public Defender's Office?
I will be, Your Honor.
Okay.
I think this is set for a revocation hearing and, or not revocation, review hearing, excuse me.
Yeah.
And there's no issues to take up on the defense at this time.
Okay. Has the discovery been completed?
Judge, we provided 2 CDs, 4 DVDs, and 58 pages of discovery, which is my entire file. Mr. Chapman has on his own filed a number of motions and written letters to the circuit clerk.
Have you received copies of those, Mr. Gibson?
I do, Judge, and I'm not ignoring them. Just some cases are fires that come first, and we'll get to Mr. Chapman. He'll be represented as he should be.
All right. All right. The next court appearance for Mr. Chapman is November 3rd for pretrial hearings. All right. Mr. Chapman, you may be excused. 2017-218, State of Arkansas versus Sean Collette. This case.
Excuse me, Judge. Kelly Davis is set up and scanned in. The warrant got returned on my part, so they're setting it up right now.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Collette is set in on a trial schedule for trial during the week of February 12th of 2018. This date was his review hearing to check on status of his case. His discovery been completed in Mr. Collette's case?
It has, Your Honor. As far as I can tell, there's looks like a dozen or so CDs, and I won't tell you I've looked at all of them, so there may be something that sprouts up from that, but there's plenty of discovery in here.
All right. Very good.
Way more than I got.
All right. Yeah. Well, maybe Mr. Gibson will share with you. Anyway, this matter, as I say, is set out in February. The pretrial hearings are scheduled for January 26th, and that'll be Mr. Collette's next court-ordered date to appear in court. If there's nothing further, you may be excused, sir.
Can I have a bond reduction?
Judge, he's a habitual offender charged with a Class Y felony.
Look at the circumstances.
Judge, he also has a probation revocation in Randolph County.
Mr. Gibson, in terms of a bond reduction, do you have anything to present?
Judge, if I could ask Mr. Collette, Mr. Collette, where would you reside if you were to bond out?
At my dad's house.
I'll be going to Freedom Singers.
Where's that at?
Christian Rehab.
Okay. Where's that at?
Berryville.
You have family in the area?
No, sir.
What sort of bond could you make?
Lives in northeast Arkansas.
What sort of bond could you make?
$20,000. Cash up professional, so I can go and get my life straightened out. All the good Lord.
Judge, the last time I talked to Randolph County, they had him on a no bond on his probation violation.
They told me whenever I get out to contact them.
Well, court feels as though a bond reduction to $100,000 cash or professional would be appropriate, given all the circumstances, and the court will reduce the bond to that extent. It'll be conditioned upon no contact whatsoever with the family of the individual of the children that were the alleged victims in this case. There will be and the court's going to provide for the defendant needs to be have an ankle monitor so that we can know where he is and monitor that. So those will be two conditions on the bond.
Judge, I would additionally ask that he not leave the state of Arkansas for any reason, medical included.
All right, I'll add that to that. All right. You may be excused, sir.
Join Sammy Klein Thursdays and Fridays during the TKO8 local newscast for this week's closing livestock market report, made possible by Quality Feed Grains of Harrison and Bellefonte. Quality Feed Grains has you covered. Everything for cattle, pets, deer, equine, poultry, seed and spray, show feed, and garden. Check their website, qualityfeedgrains.com, now for this month's special. Quality Feed Grains of Harrison and Bellefonte, proud sponsors of the Livestock Report with Sammy Klein on Harrison's broadcast station TKO Channel 8.
Summer is here, and Sisters Flower and Gift Shop has recently received a large selection of new and unique items, from colorful tableware, centerpieces, wall decor, home accent, Razorback products, and a baby department with clothes and accessories. Sisters has the perfect gift for any occasion. For the future bride and groom, Sisters offers a complete bridal registry, birthday, wedding, anniversary, or just because. Sisters has something for everyone. Sisters Flower and Gift Shop. We are so much more than flowers. When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of a community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There is one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a crucial commitment to their community because just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud. Harrison has a Health Mart now. Sam Alexander Pharmacy, on the square in downtown Harrison. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
2017-270, State of Arkansas versus Jeffrey Gerard. Once again, this matter is set down for trial during the week of March 12th. Pretrial is set for February 9th. This was an initial review hearing date set to check on the status of the case.
Judge, discovery's been provided, no issues to take up as far as the defense knows.
Very well. If there's nothing further, you may be excused, sir.
Judge, he does
Yeah,
have
active
a
bond
pending,
reduction, Your Honor.
he has a
And,
pending revocation, so we might as well deal with that too.
Oh, okay.
And I want to get a bond on the pending revocation.
Do we know the case number of the revocation case? I don't see it on this list.
It isn't, Judge, we only filed it in the last couple of weeks. We're trying to find a number.
So there are multiple cases, is that what you're saying? What was, I guess I better run them down.
1710 is probably the most recent one that would have the revocation petition in it.
He also has 17136, but it's closed.
Okay, 17-136, 1710. I have it listed as 15-100 also is made reference in this. So,
That one's closed.
Stand in the sentence. I see. Thank you.
Judge, I don't believe he's been served with the warrant on 1710 either. Judge, I think they just need to get Mr. Gerard served with those petitions to revoke and those warrants, and then we can get him set appropriately on a docket when it's ripe for...
Well, the allegations contained in the petition in 1710 are that that in August of 2017 he committed assault charges, criminal mischief, breaking or entering, again charged as an habitual, committed in September. He committed disorderly conduct and public intoxication, and alleged that he committed later in September criminal mischief in the first degree. And he was released from the Boone County Detention Center in September of 2017, failed to report to his probation officer within 24 hours as ordered. All of those are the allegations contained in that petition. That's what I was checking. If it hasn't been served, we can't really address it at this point. But what I was looking back at these for in part was to determine whether there's good cause to consider reducing the bond. At this point, I'm not disposed to do so, but let me go back and see what the bond is.
Judge, could I offer this? Because he has all these outstanding revocation cases, it's fruitless, in my opinion, for him to, if he gets a bond today, to make it today, because he'll just get rearrested on the revocation warrants. And so my preference would be that Mr. Gerard hang tight until everything falls into place so we can address bond for everything.
Judge's bond was set by Judge Putman at $20,000.
$20,000. Given everything that I've seen, the court's going to find that that's a reasonable bond and leave the bond there. That'll be the order of the court.
Mr. Gerard, don't bond out until you get all your revocation warrants, okay?
Yeah, do you know about when that be?
They'll get them to you. I can't tell you when, but they'll get them to you.
'" My name is Deborah. I work at Dental Creations on the Square in Harrison. Not only do I work at the front desk, but I'm also a dental assistant. So I'm seeing you from the beginning throughout the whole process and even at the end of the process. We're happy to help in any way we possibly can, and I think that sets us apart from most offices. We don't just hustle you through here just to make a dollar. We're here for you, and we want to do the best we can for you.
Dental Creations on the Square in Harrison, next to the Big Red Boot.
Sam Alexander Pharmacy has expanded and is now offering many additional products and services. Their new pharmaceutical compounding area allows them to create products to fit the unique needs of a customer. They also have added Spinco orthotic shoes and sandals, Dr. Comfort diabetic shoes, baby gifts by Aiden and Anais, and toys by Melissa and Doug. Stop in today and let them help you with any of your specialty pharmaceutical needs. Sam Alexander Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy in Harrison.
2017-122, State of Arkansas versus Jesse Gregory. Again, Jesse Gregory is down for a, listed here on the docket as a fugitive, is down for a jury trial on February 12th, the week of February 12th, has pretrial January 26th, and this hearing today was for the purpose of, checking the status of her case.
Judge, so far I've not given discovery to anybody, and I don't have anything where anyone's asked for it.
Ms. Gregory, do you have an attorney representing you?
No, I need to get a form to fill out.
Okay, they're available there at the jail. If you'll ask the jailer, you can get one, fill it out. You need to get that filled out very promptly. I have you down for arraignment because we expected you to be in earlier, but apparently you didn't show up until you're for arraignment on charges of possession of a controlled substance, Schedule 1 or 2 methamphetamine or cocaine, a Class D felony, possession of drug paraphernalia related to methamphetamine or cocaine, a second Class D felony, possession of controlled substance, Schedule 4 or 5, that's a Class A misdemeanor. On those charges, how do you now plead?
Not guilty.
I'm noting your plea of not guilty on the record, directing you to promptly file, if you're applying to the Public Defender's Office, get that application and get it turned in so that counsel can be appointed for you. I'm going to put you down to reappear on November 3rd. You may be excused.
Judge, for the record also, she will have revocation warrant served on her in 2016-106-4 and 2016-335, which is also in your division.
All right. All right. You may be excused.
Is there a way we can set a bond today?
No, the court's not going to set a bond if there's outstanding revocation warrants. Then we'll address those on November 3rd. All right?
Thank you.
All right. 2017-192, State of Arkansas versus Timothy Allen Jones.
Judge, there's a pending forensic evaluation in this matter. The order's been signed and the transport order to get him there has been signed. It's a matter of getting them scheduled and getting them in there.
Public Defender's Office has been appointed.
Correct, Your Honor.
It says that the appointment was Thursday, October 12th. Do we know that if that was made?
They take you to a doctor's office on October the 12th.
Mr. Jones, can you hear your counsel, Mr. Gibson, talking to you?
Yeah, I hear you.
Did they take you to a doctor on October the 12th? Okay. I assume that's the
technical term. All right. I'm just reflecting I'm going to leave it set as it is, even though the matter's under a legal suspension until that evaluation is completed.
Judge, if we could approach the bench.
Yes. All right. I'm putting him down for reappearance on November 3rd. Hopefully the evaluation can be completed by then. Mr. Jones, you may be excused. 2017-276, State of Arkansas versus Jamie Rockholm. This case is on for today for purposes of checking the status of the case. The jury trial is scheduled for the week of March 12th.
Judge, at the moment, I still have a packet of discovery here, and no attorney has contacted me.
Mr. Rockholm, have you contacted an attorney or made any arrangements to be represented by an attorney?
No, Your Honor.
Well, what are your plans in that regard? You have an absolute constitutional right to be represented by an attorney, but that requires you either to do one of two things, to either go out and hire the attorney you want to hire, or if you cannot afford to hire an attorney, then you need to take action to apply for the Public Defender's Office so an attorney can be appointed for you. One of those two things need to be done and done by you. Nobody else is going to do it for you. So what is your plan in terms of securing an attorney?
Get a public defender, Your Honor.
Okay. I'm going to note that you're applying to the public defender. The applications are available there at the jail. You need to get one, fill it out, and turn it in. I'm going to put you down to reappear on November 3rd. solely to check on attorney status. All right. You may be excused at this time. 2017-274, State of Arkansas versus Ronald Keith Rogers.
Judge, discovery's been provided. I think just a review appearance. I don't believe the crime lab would be back yet on a case this new, but other than that, looks like discovery is complete.
All right. Case is set by scheduling order for the March 12th trial period. Pre-trial set for February 9th. Court has it down for a reappearance on January 26th to check on the status of the case. Any other matters to come before the court?
Not on defense, Your Honor.
Bond reduction.
Well, what's the bond set at?
$2,500 is what I show, Judge.
That's what I show, Your Honor. And it is 8.1 hearing on September 25th. Judge Kirkpatrick left it at $2,500. Judge, at the time we arrested him, he had 2 valid warrants, and I'm right now trying to figure out where those warrants were out of.
One's out of Kirkpatrick, and for misdemeanor probation next Thursday, and he OR bonded me out of the Newton County time pay.
Court's going to find that the $2,500 cash or professional bond is a reasonable bond given the facts and circumstances alleged in the affidavit. The court is going to leave it at $2,500, cash or professional. That'll be the order of the court. You may be excused, sir. Your next appearance in court is January 26th.
In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company.
Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble,